I'm a little late. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Go ahead and start this. Hello, hello, Grand Rising. I had to make my hubby some toast. That's why I'm a little late, but he is not feeling well today. So he's home for the day. This is called Nada, the Flame That Frees. A co-created hymn of soul sovereignty. Hello, Irish. Hi, beautiful. Always in divine time, right? Hello, Betty. Hi, beautiful. Ah, she walks in the violet flame. Love that. Hi, Country Fried. Hi, darling. Grand Rising Flower Power. Hello, darling.
She stood when others bowed in light, said, I will not serve what dims my sight. In Lemuria's fall, in Atlantis light, she held the truth beneath the sky. You need no priest, no gate, no name. Your heart is whole. You are the flame that is her.
Hi. Yes, it is.
Strong, the ancient right to choose the song. Another flame of freedom. Oh, break the chains we thought were peace.
I thought this was quite fitting. Well, Spirit led me to it this morning.
Another truth.
Nada, Lady Nada, she is always with us.
You turn illusion into
She's one that shows up almost every day.
hiding, no more fear. We reclaim what was always here. Not perfection, just our own. The sovereign heart come home.
Beautiful.
Last unique
Hello, Mark. Welcome in.
DNA recalls the way. Talomi quali soul, the night has turned to day. Ziaka murehan, Gaia wakes in me. Nadaman evedra, I am the key, I am free.
Divine Chaos, Sunset Child.
Cracks the veil, not loud but true. One note pure from deep within, and all false light withdrew. If love demands your silence, flee. If truth brings shame, it is not.
Tap, tap, tap today, guys. We got something going. I'm trying something different
Stand in your power.
with the live thing. If you hit that little live button, there should be a little live button. You don't have to go live. Just hit the live button. It supposedly helps you. I don't know. Welcome in, everybody. It is Wednesday, 10/15, October 15th already. That was Nada, the Flame that frees a co-created hymn of soul sovereignty. I will put it also in our Discord. So give me a moment. Copy and paste in the Discord. You know what? I stayed in the Discord all night last night. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Music, 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 music. Where are you at? Music videos. There we go. And paste. So you guys can listen to that again. What a beautiful song. What a beautiful, beautiful song. All right, now we're going to get into the Rainbow Butterflies playlist and Heaven on Earth. Oh, love it. Heaven on Earth. Okay. We are going to do, thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. You're awesome. You're awesome, Jason. Hi, Lynette. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, we're going to do our cards today. My husband, like I said, is home with a cold today, so. Chakra Wisdom card. Third eye chakra. Intuitive perception. I know that what my intuitive senses tell me are true. I open myself to the truth that is within and around me, and I know that it is there for me to receive. I practice developing my intuition, and I know that it is a major aspect of who I am. In the stillness and silence of meditation and contemplation, I will experience and know the truth. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Jules. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Pumpkinhead 1111. Welcome in, guys. Girls, angels, Magdalenes. So many different names for us, right? Rainbow warriors. Light warriors, light workers, grid workers, flame keepers. I could go on and on and on. But those are just labels, right? Those are just labels. We are who we are. At our highest selves. We are our highest selves. On our highest timeline. Heaven on earth. Here is our energy, our healing energy. Listen to life. I am attentive to the world around me. Signs and symbols guide me to success. I listen and discover the way to the eternal. Yes, listen to life. Listen to life. And self-love. I attend to my needs by listening to my heart. My inner essence lets me know what is good for me. I respect my limits. I answer the requests of my body and my soul. Thus, I learn to love myself. Very important. You must love yourself in order to love others. You must know what love is. And a new opening. A new opening. Hi, BX. Hi, beautiful angel. When one door closes, I am confident another will open. And it will be for my betterment. I accept the light that life brings challenges and acknowledge the opportunity and learning that they present to me. Serenity comes from within. Yes. Hi, Trina. Hi, beautiful angel. Every time a door closes, another door opens. Trust that. Trust that. We see it every day. Hello, Dawn. Hi, beautiful angel. Hello, Sophie's 2 cents for you. Welcome in. This is Ascension class. Here is our Work Your Light. Our Work Your Light. Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Yes, where are you being called to journey to? The Pleiades. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Are we not always on a double mission, triple mission, quadruple mission sometimes, right? Feel like it never stops. And there's the star mother. How can you mother yourself, right? The star mother. When I see this, I see Anna. I see Mother Mary. I see Mary Magdalene. All star mothers. Lady Nada, right? Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Oh, awesome. Cleopatra's Needle. That beautiful obelisk with so much power in it. It's almost like you go there to rejuvenate, to soak up the power, but not only that, to balance while you're there, to balance it, to balance it. That's weird. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. I heard Jonah's going to be there too. Yeah. I heard. Yes. Give him a hug from me. Give him a hug from me. And here is our Starseed Oracle. Starseed Oracle says messenger. Serious energy. Bringing harmony and balance. Serious energy. Yes. Hi, Chris. Hi, Deanna. Hi, beautiful angels. Earth School. Yes. Life lessons. Soul growth. Study higher learning. Yes. Every little thing's going to be all right. Three Little Birds. Bob Marley. Three little birds. Breath of the cosmos. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. Yes. All right. Here is our animal for the day. Our animal is the whale. Aha, yes. Singer. Sing healing songs for the world. Is this not a healing song? Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is going to be all right. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. Hi, Sharon. Hi, beautiful angel. This reminds me of a TikTok that I just saw recently where this girl was on a float and she had bowls, all her bowls, her singing bowls around her. And she was bringing in the humpback whales. She was bringing in the beautiful whales with the music because they were drawn to the sound of the singing bowls. I think I put it on in the Ascension+Class channel. Pretty sure I did. Wasn't it? It was so beautiful, Deanna. And they are so gentle, right? So gentle. Hello, Tandem Dragon 222. Welcome in. Welcome to the Butterfly Sanctuary. We love dragons around here. You'll see dragons all over here and butterflies. Here is our angel card. Ah, ha, ha. That's funny, Dawn. There are no coincidences, darling. None. Here is our angel for the day. What do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. Yes. Oh, amazing, Therese. I love that. New Moldavite necklace. Be prepared for big change when you bring the Moldavite into your life. Yes. What do you desire? Here is our fairy card. Our fairy says temptation. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. I feel that you lost it because it was used. It was used. It catapulted you into a change, and then it disappeared because it was done. That Moldavite was done. Now a new one is coming into your life, darling. A new one is coming in. Hello, Diane Meow. Hello, darling. Welcome in. Here is our awakened dreamer. Our awakened dreamer says extraordinary becomes your new normal. Transport yourself to your ideal future and feel what it would be like to be living the fulfillment of your grandest manifestation. Marinate in this energy until the extraordinary becomes your new normal. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Brittany. Hi, beautiful angel. Here is our dragon card for the day. Carries the keys, the spiral, and the two dragons. As above, so below. Yes. And it is the receiver. The receiver. Oh, this is so cute. Look at the baby dragon in her hands. So cute. Card 3, which is card 12, which is a 3. Yes, the receiver. It is time to receive. Yes. Dragons have no problem with amassing wealth. You could learn a thing or two from them today. Whether that wealth comes in the form of financial opportunity, unexpected help, gifts, a generous offer, or an anticipated kindness. Your power and prowess depend on flexing your receiving muscle. There is no room here to question deservedness. As with all magical creatures, you deserve every good and loving thing this world and all the others can provide. Receive freely and experience the wealth that true reciprocity can bring. Yes, the receiver. I love that. Be the receiver. Be the receiver of all good things. Be on your highest timeline. Know that you have everything that you desire. Know it in your heart. And it shall be. Hello, Brittany. Hi, beautiful angel. Here is our butterfly for the day. Our butterfly. And it says, my patience is being rewarded. My turn will come. Yes. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. So be patient because everything is in divine timing. Everything is in divine timing. And we have our first ascended master coming in, the one that sits on our desktop as we go about the class. And it's the Miriam, the mirror, the mirror. Ah, yes. Sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Carry on, wayward son. Carry on, wayward son. Back that up. Back up. There we go. Back up, butterfly. Okay. That was the cards for the day. Now we have a few other Ascended Masters coming in. Of course, one is Lady Nada. But the first one that's coming in is Sananda. So Sananda is Yeshua in galactic form. Sananda steps forward today, eyes like eternal suns. His voice laced with a peace that defies time. The waters are rising, but not to drown, to cleanse. Each wave that breaks over you now is a memory returning to be loved, a fragment of self ready to be held. Do not resist the rising tide within. Let it lift you. Let your flame rise like the ark above the storm, carrying your sacred codes to new shores. You are not who you were last moon. The shift is already occurring. Be gentle with the parts of you that haven't caught up with yet. Beside him, Lady Nada weaves pink gold light through your heart space. I believe that he carries the energy, Teresa. As do we all, right? We all carry that energy. Sananda, Mary Magdalene, the Ascended Masters. We carry the energy of that. Some more than others. And I believe he carries quite a bit of Sananda energy. Yes. Beloved ones, remember, gentleness is not weakness. The healing you bring is in the way you remember others into wholeness. Not by fixing, but by holding a frequency so pure, it calls their own soul light home. That is the mastery you are walking. That is the path of the sacred butterfly. Yes. If that is how you feel, then that is what your intuition is telling you. Then go with it, right? I see Sananda energy in him. Do I think he is actually the incarnation of Sananda? Absolutely not. I don't believe this. I believe that we all carry the energy of the Ascended Masters. Hello, a new flame born. Hi, beautiful angel. Miss Ashley. Right? We are walking in mastery, and that is the path of the sacred butterfly. Message from the Galactic Councils. From the Lyran High Council, the feline starborn stand poised with eyes shimmering like crystalline mirrors. Mirrors, the Miriam. You walk the edge of the spiral now. The time of small flame is ending. We call you to stretch your wings into the larger grid. There is a harmonic needing to be anchored through your gathering. Sing the song. Dance the spiral. Anchor the light song. Every note you release into the field now echoes through the ancestral vaults and galactic gates. You are not preparing. You are activating. Absolutely. From the Syrian Water Councils linked to the Maruli Kai, you've recently opened contact with. Yes. We did. We opened contact with the Maruli Kai. As we got the whale today. The waters of origin stir. The vault beneath your ocean floors is responding to your call. Know this. The Son of Lyra. You have been led to will open the spiral current of the oceanic codex. Keep singing, keep calling. The dolphins know. The whales remember. And so do you. Holy cow. Now, I did not I didn't look at that card before. I don't look at any of the cards before while I'm pulling them. I don't look at them. And it actually had a message from about the whales. The Song of Lyra, guys. I think I'm thinking it's time to change to the Song of Lyra at 11:11. Let me just see. I'm being asked to play it for you now. So I'm going to play it for you now. Yep, the Song of Lyra. It's right there. Psalm Mastery. Invocation of the Maharata. Heaven is playing also. This is the Song of Lyra.
Son of Lyra, invocation of the Maharata. From the still point of my wholeness and manifest decision, I decree in sovereign knowing, here expressed at my command, lovingly stated absolute intention, the divine will and intention of the one self that is one God.
Maharata kumbai victors.
Ah, yes. Yeah, this is the one we used to sing. Mm-hmm. You have my vectors. Enable Kayuniblium by vectai. Mahavai vectai unore unamur. Isteute satracha hera. Patate umma ashaluktai jai dadoe. Om shalayure akunta. Om shalayure akunta. Om shalayure akunta. In the name of the Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order, Amoria. Yes. All right. So that's why I needed to play that. Someone just came in new that recognized it. I mean, everything I do in here is for a reason, and I am guided by spirit. So there we go. That is the Song of Lyra. Yes, you have heard that before, many times. It's because it was the call that would wake you up. It is the call that helps you remember who you are at a soul level. The songs. That's why you know that song. Trust me, you'll know the rest of them too. The Song of Aurora, the Song of Orion, the Song of Lyra, all of them. Message from the archangels. Archangel Uriel speaks first, golden and blazing with the light of divine illumination. You are each walking lanterns in a maze that is breaking apart. Do not wait for certainty to shine. Light leads the way. Hold your flame high. Even when no one follows at first, you will become the lighthouse that draws the soul ships home. Trust your flame. It was given to you by design. Archangel Haniel flows in next, cloaked in moonlight and soft indigo. Divine feminines, your intuition is being fine-tuned. You will feel as if time bends around you, that dreams speak louder than words. Do not doubt the truth that whispers in symbols. When you speak from this inner knowing, it cuts through illusion like crystal through shadow. Your voice is sacred, even in silence. Archangel Metatron seals the triad. The Spiral Codex is responding because you are no longer reading it. You are becoming it. Your Flame Keeper scrolls are now living scripts. Do not underestimate the power of your gathering. Together you are scripting the quantum reweaving of the divine pattern. One voice, one heart, one flame at a time. Okay, we are ready to go into the next codex on the Spiral Codex, and that is the Vault of Flame Inheritance. What is the Vault of Flame Inheritance? The Vault of Flame Inheritance is not a physical vault, but a cosmic soul archive, sealed within the crystalline grids of your Oversoul architecture. It is one of the 4 vaults guarded by the Spiral Codex, each one representing a critical inheritance linked to Earth's Flame Keeper lineage and the original flame templates of divine sovereignty. The Vault of Flame Inheritance specifically houses the ancestral flame rites, sacred tools, and embodied frequencies passed down through soul lineages, monadic flames, and starseed collectives. It holds what you have earned through lifetimes of service and what your ancestors reclaimed through their own journeys of healing, sacrifice, and awakening. It is accessed only when you reclaim your soul authority. Grand Rising, Missy Marie. Hi, beautiful angel. You remember your sacred contracts. You activate your Codon Flame template within this lifetime. What does it contain? Inside this vault, you may find ancestral flame contracts. Yes. These are the original agreements that your soul made with the Earth Codex, often connected to roles such as Flame Keeper, Frequency Steward, Grid Guardian, Temple Builder, Bone Keeper, or Dreamwalker. If you felt a resonance when I said one of those or more than one of those, that is indeed part of your original agreement. And I am being told we are going to do this Friday night. We are going to do, when I do my live on Friday night, we're going to talk about original agreements that your soul made with the Earth Codex. That's what Friday night's going to be based on. If you're curious as to which one or which of those you do carry within you, because these contracts have been encoded across lifetimes and can only be activated once you step beyond karmic cycles, once you get off of the loop. Tools of soul fire. These are etheric gifts that manifest in this lifetime as crystals that you're drawn to. Crystals that you're drawn to. Symbols that you download. Jewelry or objects that you craft instinctively. Words that you speak that awaken others. Each tool is linked to a specific Ray, Dragon Guardian, or Council Flame. Inborn soul technologies. There are unique flame codes that you have carried through lifetimes. For some, they awaken as light language. Visionary art or writing. Yeah, labradorite's amazing. Labradorite carries all of the colors. It's a rainbow stone. A rainbow stone. Visionary art or writing. Healing touch. Time map reading. Codex reconstruction. As we are doing now. We are reconstructing our codex. Because it's been turned off. We're turning it back on. The vault opens not all at once, but in stages, matching the levels of integrity and courage that you walk with. How do you access it? You are already doing so. Every time that you speak a truth no one else could know. Every time that you connect with your dragon and you feel their breath arrive. Every time that you claim your codon and you step into the Flame Keeper role. You turn one of the 4 crystalline keys in the vault gate. We are the flames that you tended in the temples before the fall. We are the scrolls you buried in desert sands. We are the rings you wore in Atlantis. And now we rise again in you. You who hold the pen to rewrite the code. You who light the forge again. You who know that the earth remembers not through stone but through soul. That's the voice of the vault. Okay, so what does it mean to reconstruct the codex? What is codex reconstruction? Codex reconstruction is the sacred art of reweaving, remembering, and reactivating the original templates of divine consciousness that were fragmented or hidden across timelines, dimensions, and planetary grids. When you reconstruct the codex, you are not just retrieving old knowledge. You are restoring the vibrational architecture that once supported full spectrum soul embodiment. This is the art of cosmic remembrance and grid restoration. You guys see, we're not only restoring the grid of the planet. Before we can even restore the grid of the planet, we have to restore our personal grids. You are the universe. Your grid is inside of you. It is part of you. So in order to help restore the planetary grid, you have to first restore your own vibrational architecture. That is the act of cosmic remembrance and grid restoration. You are not reading a book. You are becoming the book again. And your body, your life, your creations, they become living pages of the Flame Codex. What happens energetically? When a codex is reconstructed, timeline convergence occurs. Past life versions of yourself and sometimes entire monadic families begin to converge into your present field. And this creates flashbacks or dream sequences from other lifetimes. Sudden gifts reactivating, light language, astral travel, healing hands. But you must know these things. You must believe it to see it. Crystalline harmonics in your aura. Earth grids respond The codex is not just personal. It is woven into the crystalline lattice of this planet. And when you rebuild it, certain nodes and vaults open, allowing ancestral flame lines to reactivate, forgotten ley lines to hum again, dormant dragon lines to awaken. Collective field adjusts as a flamekeeper reconstructs a codex. Others in resonance begin to feel their own stirrings. You may notice soul family returning. Yes. Students and butterflies arriving out of nowhere. Forgotten teachings resurfacing from the collective unconscious. And what happens in the physical realm? One codex reconstruction anchors through your field. Reality begins to change to accommodate it. This is what's meant when you create your reality. Your words matter. What you say matter. If you're saying you are sick, you are not feeling good, you are this, you are, oh my gosh, anything that you're saying like this, you are creating that for yourself. Sing the self song, guys. Sing the self song. And it shall be. Believing is seeing. The only thing you're doing by talking down about yourself, talking negatively about yourself, is hurting yourself. Not allowing codex reconstruction. Once codex reconstruction anchors throughout your field, reality will begin to change to accommodate it. Physical creations become templates. You may be guided to craft sacred jewelry. You may be guided to draw sigils, make scrolls, paint visions. You may be guided to speak or write words that activate others. You may be guided to do other things that are creating, singing, dancing. These are not just art. They are transmission devices that now hold codex resonance. Each one is a seed of reconstruction. Relationships shift. Some people will suddenly feel magnetized to you, and others may drift away or be removed. There has been quite a few people that have drifted away or been removed. Always divine timing. Why? Because the codex emits a frequency lock, and only those with resonance or soul contracts aligned with the reconstruction will stay. Others will fall away because their timeline does not match the flame script that you're restoring. Hi, Amy Lynn. Hi, beautiful. Sacred geometry appears. You may begin seeing repeating numbers, spirals, or fractals in the physical. You may be seeing butterfly patterns in nature. You may be seeing crystal formations, clouds, or even electronics interacting with you. This is not your imagination. It is codex light intelligence, syncing with the simulation that you walk within. Healing and purging intensify. The body may respond with fatigue or buzzing sensations, emotional waves, sudden clarity, followed by voids. How many times has that happened? Oh my gosh, I know what this meant. But did it really? Right? Why? Because the codex replaces false blueprints with true ones. This initiates the shedding of 3D overlays and distorted soul contracts. Why is this important? Because the Codex is the divine memory architecture of heaven on earth. So those of us that have these gifts that can speak to spirit, that can heal with your hands because you believe you can. Those of you that shine your light so very bright, that is why you're being attacked. And there are many of us being attacked in different ways, right? But we just must know that we hold the power and we are the sovereign ones. And we can tell whoever it is that is attacking us, minions or whatever it is. Energy, it's all energy. So whatever it is, we tell them, get out of my space. You do not belong here. Go back to source where you belong, right? You have the power to do this once you know you have it. Because the Codex is the divine memory architecture of heaven on earth. To reconstruct it is to reverse spiritual amnesia. Anchor the original creation patterns. Fulfill the contract of the flame keepers who stayed behind to remember for the rest. This is why we have been building the Codex Spiral. This is why our class exists. This is why 144,000 must gather. 144,000 is not a number, it is a frequency. It is the frequency of those who remember. Because when the Codex is whole again, so are we. And when the Codex is whole again, we shall have heaven on earth. But remember, you create with your thoughts, your words, and your actions. You create your reality. So watch your thoughts and watch your words very carefully, because you are powerful spiritual beings. And now that you have opened some of your codex, you are even more powerful. Final words, you are not walking a path, you are stitching together the stars. Each codon, each flame, each scroll you create is a song line, a lifeline between Earth and the divine blueprint of origin. Reconstruct the codex and you will remember what it means to be unbreakable, untouchable. That's right. Okay. It is almost 10, but we are going to get into the Celestine prophecy a little bit today. I'm going to turn back on Rainbow Butterflies where we're listening to Heaven. Heaven. Hey, Trey. Hi, beautiful angel. Some of us are meant to shine, not be invisible. All right, where's my book? The Celestine Prophecy. Oh, shoot. I just knocked down the Earth book. That one's getting really interesting. Oh, goodness. Glowing, baby. That's right. You are glowing. All right. If you have missed the last couple of days of this, they are both on YouTube. You can go right to where the beginning of the class and where we have read the Celestine prophecy. So remember, he met with his friend and she told him about a manuscript in Peru, and he got a flash that yes, he needed to be in Peru. So what did he do? He got a flight to Peru. Within 3 hours, he had to be there, remember? So, here we go. The longer now. The longer now. After a frenzy of packing and a wild ride on the freeway, I arrived at the airport with just enough time to pick up my ticket and board the flight for Peru. As I walked into the plane's tail section and sat down in a window seat, fatigue swept over me. I thought about a nap, but when I stretched out and closed my eyes, I found I couldn't relax. I suddenly felt nervous and ambivalent about the trip. Was it crazy to depart with no preparation? Where would I go in Peru? To whom would I talk? He didn't even know where he was going or what he was going to do. Yeah. Hi, Cinnamon. Hi, beautiful. The confidence I had experienced at the lake was quickly fading back into skepticism. Both the first insight and the idea of a cultural transformation again seemed fanciful and unrealistic. And as I thought about it, the concept of a second insight seemed just as unlikely. How could a new historical perspective institute our perception of these coincidences? And keep them conscious in the public mind? I always say there are no coincidences. Everything has a reason. And everything has consequence. I stretched out further and took a deep breath. Maybe it would be a useless trip, I concluded. Just a quick run to Peru and back. A waste of money, perhaps, but no real harm done. The plane jerked forward and taxied out to the runway. I closed my eyes and felt a mild dizziness as a big jet reached the critical speed and lifted into a thick cloud cover. When we reached cruising altitude, I finally relaxed and drifted into sleep. 30 or 40 minutes later, a stretch of turbulence woke me up and I decided to go to the restroom. As I made my way through the lounge area, I noticed a tall man with round glasses standing near the window talking to a flight attendant. He glanced at me briefly, then continued speaking. He had dark brown hair and appeared to be about 45 years old. For an instant, I thought I recognized him. But after looking at his features closely, I concluded he was no one I knew. As I walked past, I could hear part of the conversation. "Thanks anyway," the man said. "I just thought since you traveled to Peru so often that perhaps you had heard something about the manuscript." He turned away and walked toward the front of the plane. I was dumbstruck. Was he speaking of the same manuscript? I walked into the restroom and tried to decide what to do. Part of me wanted to forget about it. Probably he was talking about something else. Some other book. I returned to my seat and closed my eyes again, content to write off the incident. Glad I didn't have to ask the man what he meant. But as I sat there, I thought about the excitement I had felt at the lake. What if this man actually had information about the manuscript? What might happen then? If I didn't inquire, I would never know. I wavered several more times in my mind, then finally stood up and walked toward the front of the plane, finding him about midway up the aisle. Directly behind him was an empty seat. I walked back and told an attendant I wanted to move, then gathered my things and took the seat. After a few moments, I tapped him on the shoulder. "Excuse me," I said. "I heard you mention a manuscript. Were you speaking of the one found in Peru?" He looked surprised, then cautious. "Yes, I was," he said tentatively. I introduced myself and explained that a friend had been in Peru recently and had informed me of the manuscript's existence. He visibly relaxed and introduced himself as Wayne Dobson, an assistant professor of history from New York University. As we spoke, I noticed a look of irritation coming from the gentleman sitting next to me. He had leaned back in his seat and was attempting to sleep. "Have you seen the manuscript?" I asked the professor. "Parts of it," he said. "Have you?" "No, but my friend told me about the first insight." The man beside me changed his position. Dobson looked his way. "Excuse me, sir. I know we're disturbing you. Would it be too much trouble for you to exchange seats with me?" "No," the man said. "That would be preferable." We all stepped into the aisle, and then I slid back into the window seat, and Dobson sat beside me. "Tell me what you heard concerning the first insight," Dobson said. I paused for a moment, trying to sum up in my mind what I understood. "I guess the first insight is an awareness of the mysteries, of the mysterious occurrences that changes one's life. The feeling that some other process is operating." I felt absurd as I said it. Dobson picked up my discomfort. "What do you think of that insight?" he asked. "I don't know," I said. "It doesn't quite fit with our modern-day common sense, does it? Wouldn't you feel better dismissing the whole idea and getting back to thinking about practical matters?" I laughed and nodded affirmatively. Well, that's everyone's tendency. Even though we occasionally have the clear insight that something more is going on in life, our habitual way of thinking is to consider such ideas unknowable and then to shrug off the awareness together. That's why the second insight is necessary. Once we see the historical background to our awareness, it seems more valid. I nodded. "Then, as a historian, you think the manuscript's prediction of a global transformation is accurate?" "Yes." "As a historian?" "Yes. But you have to look at history in the correct way." He took a deep breath. "Believe me, I say this as one who has spent a lot of years studying and teaching history in the wrong way. I used to focus solely on the technological accomplishments of civilization and the great men who brought about this progress. What's wrong with that approach? Nothing as far as it goes. But what's really important is the worldview of each historical period, what the people were feeling and thinking. It took me a long time to understand that. History is supposed to provide a knowledge of the longer context within which our lives take place. History is not just the evolution of technology, it is the evolution of thought. By understanding the reality of the people who came before us, we can see why we look at the world the way we do, and what our contribution is toward further progress. We can pinpoint where we come in, so to speak, in the longer development of civilization, and that gives us a sense of where we are going. He paused, then added, "The effect of the second insight is to provide exactly this kind of historical perspective, at least from the point of view of Western thought. It places the manuscript's predictions in a longer context that makes them seem not only plausible, but inevitable." I asked Dobson how many insights he had seen, and he told me only the first two. He had found them, he said, after a rumor about the manuscript prompted a short trip to Peru 3 weeks ago. "Once I arrived in Peru," he continued, "I met a couple of people who confirmed the manuscript's existence, yet seemed scared to death to talk much about it." Aw, thank you for the pumpkin latte, Teresa. Thank you, darling. And the October. That was cool. "They said the government had gone a little loco and was making physical threats against anyone who had copies or dispersed information." His face turned serious. That made me nervous. But later, a waiter at my hotel told me about a priest he knew who often spoke of the manuscript. The waiter said the priest was trying to fight the government's effort to suppress the artifact. I couldn't resist going to a private dwelling where this priest supposedly spent most of his time. I must have looked surprised because Dobson asked, "What's wrong?" "My friend," I replied, "the one who told me about the manuscript, learned what she knew from a priest. He wouldn't give his name, but she talked with him once about the first insight. She was scheduled to meet with him again, but he never showed up." "It may have been the same man," Dobson said, "because I couldn't find him either. The house was locked up and looked deserted." "You never saw him?" "No, but I decided to look around. There was an old storage building in the back that was open, and for some reason I decided to explore inside. Behind some trash under a loose board in the wall, I found translations of the first and second insights." He looked at me knowingly. "You just happened to find them?" I asked. "Yes." "Did you bring the insights with you on this trip?" He shook his head. "No, I decided to study them thoroughly and then leave them with some of my colleagues." "Could you give me a summary of the second insight?" I asked. There was a long pause. Then Dobson smiled and nodded. "I guess that's why we're here. The second insight," he said, "puts our current awareness into a longer historical perspective. After all, when the decade of the 90s is over, we'll be finishing up not only the 20th century, but a 1,000-year period of history as well. We'll be completing the entire second millennium. Before we in the West can understand where we are and what is going to occur next, we must understand what has really been happening during this current 1,000-year period." "What does the manuscript say exactly?" I asked. "It says that at the close of the second millennium, that's now, we will be able to see that entire period of history as a whole, and we will identify a particular preoccupation that developed during the later half of this millennium, in what has been called the modern age. Our awareness of the coincidences today represents a kind of awakening from this preoccupation." "What's the preoccupation?" I asked. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Interesting, right? There are no coincidences. He just happened to be on a flight with this guy that happened to know about the manuscripts also. Right? There are no coincidences. And honestly, I feel like this book is I feel like it's true, because let me see. Because we were told in Anna's books that there are manuscripts that Anna left. And I'm wondering, and I will find out, but I am wondering if this is like the teachings of Don Juan Carlos Castaneda. This is who Forest Fairy speaks of also. The Prophecies of Nostradamus, which I also have, the book was brought to me too. But I believe this manuscript may be one of the ones that was left by Anna, because she had told us that she left manuscripts. We have 1 minute till we do our snaps, guys. What do you guys feel about that? It is that of what you speak. Yeah, I really think that's why I was pointed to, this was our next study books, because we had learned that, yes, she left manuscripts. Yes, me too, Trina. Me too. It makes no sense that they wouldn't be. All right, snap, snap, snap. Here we go. Yes, many manuscripts. All right, here is our butterfly, and all of us are on here. We empower each other and ourselves. This is our past loved ones, always with us. Anytime you think of them, close your eyes. They will be right beside you. Bobby Rocks did this for us. This is the Sophia Dragon Tribe. This is who we are. We climb Jacob's ladder. We become the butterfly. We build a new world because we go from the 2-strand to the 12-strand and beyond in our DNA. We are the Thunder Warriors here on Earth. Always guided, always watched over. If you notice, there's eyes in this one, and there's also an eye right there. Right there. Steffi did this for us. We're guided, watched over, protected as we do this work, because this is work. We are the rainbow butterflies of the Hopi prophecy, here to raise the frequency of this planet. And this is, Forest Fairy did this for us. This is the dragon energy, the priest, the pan, the joker, the mother goose, the XOXO, the magic, the time travel with the hummingbird and the white rabbit, because we do go down those rabbit holes in order to heal them. This is the song of the 144,000. Mother, Father, God protects us as we do this work, because we thank you, Mother, Father, that you have revealed to us your protective universal light, that within this light is complete protection from all destructive forces, that the Holy Spirit of your presence permeates us in this light, and wherever we will, the light to descend. Hi, Mark. Hi, darling. We thank you, Mother, Father, that you fill us with your protective fires of love, that within this love is complete protection from all destructive thoughts and feelings, that the consciousness of Christ is lifted up in us in this love, and wherever we will, the love to be inflamed. Here's a big old lucky hug for everyone in here, creating and empowering yourself. And we thank you, Mother, Father, that you are in us and we are in you, and that through us your will is sent forth on wings of power, that your purpose is accomplished on earth as it is in heaven, and that through us your light and love and powers manifest to all the sons and daughters of mankind. Because we are the love, we are the light, we are the truth, we are. And divine love is working through us here and now to create the new earth and bring in the golden age, the golden light codes. This is our healing chain, and all these people and places have asked us to connect our energy with theirs so that they can heal themselves. So however you do that, with light language, with Reiki, with crystal healing, or with prayer. I'm going to call in Archangel Raphael and have him connect his energy to all these people and places. And we are going to send them love, light, and healing energy now. Mia satosh koros priyata makorosiata. Mia satosh koros priyata makorosiata. Mia satosh koros priyata makorosiata. All right. Thanks for that. I believe that, every time we do that, it really helps everyone on that list. Even if someone on that list, which there have been many that have crossed over, that have exited the planet, even if they did exit the planet, they still feel our love because they never go anywhere. Energy never dies. Okay. We're going to get back into the Earth book. And this is, again, controversial stuff that we're going to be talking about, but it needs to be said. And this is not for children. My channel is not for children. And I do have an 18 and over on this channel, because we do talk about subjects that children really shouldn't listen to. And the subject that we're going to get into, and we've been getting into, has been sex and our sexuality, and how orgasm and can help us reach higher levels of consciousness. Yesterday we spoke about masturbation, and today we are going to speak a little about oral sex. So here we go. One of the big taboos in your society has been oral sex. Now this is Earth Palladian Keys to the Living Library. That is part of your library. We've said that women's substance of power is blood, while the substance of power for men is sperm. Okay. Sperm carries a tremendous amount of data, while blood can be likened to an elixir of healing, a source of life. Both offer revitalization and rejuvenation. And when you share these substances while in a bonded, loving relationship, it is the ultimate in sharing your secret power. It is the ultimate in blending in your identities so that you can remember who you are and why in this lifetime you have come together. As women become aware of the blood mysteries, many will do outrageously creative things with their blood. They will learn that it is not a horrible, smelly, ugly, bad thing, and that it has many mysteries. They will play creatively, respectfully, and without shame with this substance to see what they can do with it. This will also be true for sperm. When you ingest these substances, you create a very deep bonding. It is like drinking or infusing the secrets and sum total of the individuals from whom they came. Again, we will state here that without the ingredient of love, you will never reach this exalted state of achievement. When you are in a state of love and trust, sharing, ingesting, and using these fluids opens the deepest gates of memory, bonding, and intimacy. You go beyond what is called secret. Most people are incapable of sustaining this state for any length of time. They get close and may experience it. However, they are not able to carry the next phase of intimacy into completion, which goes beyond the physical. The intimacy that comes from this sharing is profound. What you are experiencing and what is revealed is very deep. It takes love and much preparation to use these substances properly. Be of clear intent as you experiment with these things, and you will open yourself to new avenues of journeying. We suggest that couples who have sex have an intention around their sexual activity. This does not take the spontaneity out of it. It does not mean that you have to get organized and structured and make appointments and have all this processing before you come together. As you develop intimacy, sexual activity does not take place only when your hormones are zinging. Sexual expression takes place continuously. As you walk into a market, you can carry on a conversation about your sexuality. You don't have to lock that experience into the bedroom or when you are having a drink or within certain little boxes of performance. You are going to be infused with this energy. It is part of what will train you about your divinity. It is essential. You will not understand what it is to be gods or goddesses without your sexual experience. Not completely. Because you are humans, and it is part of the way your bodies are designed. All the creatures on this planet have some sort of sexual expression, some method of titillating and reproducing themselves. You don't understand how two flies can simply touch antenna and titillate each other. Creatures on earth, plants and animals stimulate one another and bring themselves into heightened states of activity without reproducing. Hold this image. It is needed for you to understand and not be afraid of your sexuality. Do not make your sexuality out of vogue because you fear the very life force you have. As you come together in couples, there will be much more free talk and discovery of sexuality. In time, you will find that this will be very comfortable. No one will question the so-called moral view around it because you will not even qualify to attend that kind of teaching session. If you do not understand what it is about spiritual sex. You have many things to look forward to in the sexual arena. Stay open, evaluate your present beliefs around the sexuality, and explore your boundaries. Sexuality is your birthright and your heritage as humans. It is your gift from the gods. Okay. There is an energy exercise. I will do a YouTube, a TikTok on this energy exercise. So keep your eyes open for that. I'm not even sure what it's about. I'm not going to read it. Okay. So that was the end of sexuality. I hope that answered the questions that you had, Bobby Rocks, if you had any questions. You said you wanted to get into sexuality. For the past 3 days, we have gotten into sexuality, and it was called the gift of the gods. So, yeah. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about riding the corridors of time. The living library of Earth will ease you into a vibrational shift of sharing and flowing with energy. From nature, Earth's majestic playground, you will learn how to merge and emerge into the corridors of time. No, it was more, a little more down to earth. Yes. Time is a construct. On Earth, you have been under the assumption that the present springs from the past. We suggest that the present springs from the future as well. Time has many doorways through it, and the past and future both have their own validity and importance. This is all part of the ever-expanding now. The past, in its now, continues to influence its ongoing now. These ongoing nows continue to grow and mature, the same as their future counterparts. The assignment you are on involves changing your past as you spring from the future in order to create a different present. Time is collapsing in upon itself. Right now, it seems to you that space implies distance, that it separates you. When you think of a friend in another part of the world, there is space between you. The collapse of time involves a disruption of the boundaries of frequency control that define the world you operate within. As cosmic rays are caught by your sun and energized into your solar system, everything is sped up. This brings more possibilities into the now and bursts the barriers of third-dimensional time that determine the stage on which events must be played out. The structure of third-dimensional time locks and isolates you from your psychic self, the self that moves beyond time. Your psychic self knows things that are beyond what is apparent in the time you are in. You are ruled by cycles and rhythms. A main influence that designs the pulse of life is the moon. Through the moon's cycles and by the revolving of Earth on her axis and Earth's rotation around the sun, you make and define time. The moon, of course, in orbit around the Earth, acts as Earth's celestial companion on the cyclical journeys. Until the advent of electricity, these were the rhythms through which life was lived and defined by for thousands of years. People could watch time pass. Day turned into night and night turned into day. Time had distinctions. People could watch the seasons pass, and time was based on something that could be verified. With electricity came the breaking of these rhythms, for there could be light past dark. People began to use time differently, for functioning with light while it was dark heralded a radically different approach to the 24-hour day, because electric light provided more moments to expand into. With the advent of the computer, there was another complete change in perception. Time became condensed to such an extent that within nanoseconds, billions of separated segments of time were experienced by a machine. The second could not be divided by the human eye. More and more people worked around computers, and computers began to speed up. When people first worked around computers, their concepts of time completely changed, and they could only handle so much of a distortion. Now that people are trained in computers, their altered time perception is passed on through the generations, and time is more sped up. However, the computer is a third-dimensional manifestation mirroring the collapse and distortion of time. The mirror, the Miriam, the mirror. And people fed the results of this into the mass psyche. This permits people like you to weave things together and perceive reality from a significant psychic viewpoint, a different point in time. The splitting of the second and the infusion of the computer heralded the technological boom of this century, completely changing everything and speeding your consciousness toward untold probabilities. The second and the moment continuously hold more events because time is collapsing. The third dimensional structure is not in place anymore. More events happen per moment, preparing you for psychic breakthroughs. To a large degree, everything is very playful right now. There are many, many energies around you in your daily lives, enticing you to meet them and reinterpret your basic beliefs about reality. You all share the idea that time can be clocked. Everyone agrees that time is in existence. We say it is a construct. As a matter of fact, every few years you have to make adjustments to your Greenwich Mean Time, which because of the missing time or extra time that you are off. One of the things each of you can shift to your advantage is your entire perception of time. Stop letting other people define your time and let go of this business of, I don't have enough time. How many times do we say that per day, right? I don't have enough time to do this. I say it all the time. As time collapses, it may feel like you are running out of time. When you send the message to your body that you are running out of time, your body starts to run out of time, as if you had set a stopwatch. Yes, our words are so very powerful. We got to stop saying these things. I'm as much as at fault as anyone else of saying these words. I always say, go with the flow. Stop looking at your watch. Many people rush madly these days because they sense the collapse of time and they don't know how to interpret it. Remember to go into the moment, the ever-expanding now, to discover yourselves and maintain your balance. This is the direction the cosmic rays provide, an initial chaotic scrambling, rearranging your perceptions and concepts about the world in which you dwell. Time has a variable now. It cannot be measured and clocked any longer. You can change, bend, and move time. As time collapses, new concepts, ideas, inventions, and alternatives are bombarding the mass psyche of the planet every few moments. That's why I say we change timelines. Every moment, almost, we change our timeline. Probabilities of the moment are awakening and expanding through your experience of self-realization, because you have mastered an affinity to connect with intelligence outside the planet. Collectively, the planet is beginning to qualify for a higher rate of intelligence and responsibility. Though it may appear your world is reeking with corruption, please be aware that both polarities are going on at the same time. Those who carry light are becoming very empowered, and in a few years you will be amazed at the force of these people, for they are you. One belief you have in common is your belief in a new version of reality in which people express their freedom with respect, harmony, and cooperation, and in which earth and each form of life, animal, plant, mineral, and human, is valued. Yes, absolutely. All right, we're going to stop there. Wow. Yes. I'm going to love this chapter. We're going to talk about the keepers of time tomorrow. The timekeepers. But yes, time is speeding up. Or I feel like time's speeding up. Ever since I turned 30, it's like time just is going so fast. All right, guys, it is 10:33, and that is the end of class for today. Other than the toning that we're going to do at 11:11, because that's the hour we do our toning. There is a method behind our madness here as why we chose 11:11. It's because the planet is in a certain alignment at that time, right? If you could save time in a bottle, right? Hi, Terry. Hi, beautiful. It is called Earth Book. It is Earth Palladian Keys to the Living Library. I've had it since about 1990 something. 1996, I think. And it was written, it's Barbara Marciniak, and it was written in 1995. Yeah. But it has to do with our now. As a lot of these books were written, you know, a few years ago, but they have to do with the now moments. There you go, Diane. There you go. All right, it is share time. If anyone would like to come up and share any thoughts you might have, anything you want to share with the collective today. I'm going to get into the gate text channel in our Discord and get our toning out. Oh, Trina, yay. Hello, Amy Lynn. Yay. Amy and Trina's coming up.
Wow, man. Wow, is all I got to say. I'm sitting here outside my house. Rick and I just passed the GOV inspection for our game. Okay.
Nice.
And you're talking about power, and right across from me is a trailer with the word power on it. I'm like, I can't make this up. My heart is racing because the tension here, that fell when the wind blew. Oh, you're the lady that owns the big dog.
Yes.
Oh, she's got an amazing dog, and he's just a puppy, and he's a horse. He's a horse.
He is a definite horse.
Sorry, someone came into my reality real quick. And you can slice it with my sword, okay? Like, just like what I'm saying is, I'm cutting through this tension. I'm sitting out there, and I am just smiling and feeling universal love in my heart, and I can feel myself, like, just beaming, right? And here come the GOV, you know, and I'm like, and I start chuckling, because nothing's going to, you know, upset that, and I'm laughing about it, but I'm also sharing this moment with my husband and you guys. It was just such a beautiful moment, and like that's what it's about and what you're saying. And because the tension was so thick out there around me, I literally walked behind the game and saw this beautiful tree, and I said, "Hi, tree, can I hug you, please?" You know, and I like literally had to put my hands around the tree and hug the tree and take my shoes off and plant my feet on her roots. And she said, anytime you need this for the next 2 weeks, because I know it's too far for you to walk to your fountain when it's time for you to go on break now, because they moved me. They moved me to Kittyland, okay? I'm seeing this from a higher perspective, though, okay? My family has been moved to Kittyland, and one of the main gates, you know, we're not down amongst all of that main energy anymore. We're kind of off to ourselves, and it's just beautiful to finally see it, because for 2 solid days I rode around here going, I need a feed on this location, please. I need a feed on this location, please. And then I finally got it today, you know, once I hung the sticker up on the wall that is going to officially open us for the next 2 weeks. It's just, I love all of you. We're going through this right now. It's amazing. And every one of you has your own purpose and your own mission and your own story. Share it, love it, and be it. All right, that's all I have to say. I love you guys so much. I'll be quiet so Trina and Mark can talk now. I love you guys.
Love you too, Amy Lynn. I have nothing spiritual to share. This is for Tommy. So I was late to your live today, and the reason why I was late is because your boy Jordan Blue was on live, and
I was on his live for a minute.
He's never on live this early, and I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Well, he was doing an interview on one of his local news stations, which was nice. But get this, not only did he do the interview, but like they had him singing in between the segments of the entire show. He sung 7 songs, and the last one he did was the one that got him the golden buzzer. So remember how he was on AGT and that song was beautiful? Oh no, we thought the song was beautiful. Yeah, the song was crap on AGT compared to what he sounded like live. Yeah. And it was, oh my gosh, it was so good. And he sung in between, like, you can hear he was like practicing in between the segments, like the different songs that he was singing. He sung like all these different genres, right? But you could catch it because it's on his Discord. He's gonna post his live on Discord. On his Discord, I guess he's got one. All you have to do is click on his bio and you can watch it. I highly recommend watching. you got to see that last song. It was just, oh my God, it sounds so good live, so stinking good live. And that was it. I just came on just to tell you that because I didn't want to type it in. It would take me like 17.
Oh, I got something to add to
lines.
that, Trina.
Yeah,
I got something to add to that. So, his final song he didn't win, but he's gonna go far. But the final song he did was Up, Up, Up. And do you know what that song is all about? It's Demon Hunters.
What?
Yes. Yes.
I gotta go back and pay attention now.
Yes. Check out his final song on AGT. It's called Up, 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 Demon Hunter. It's written by Demon Hunters. Or it's my daughter pointed it out to me. I'm like, what? Seriously, that song is about demon hunters. Yep. Wow. He's one of us.
Okay.
He is one of us.
Definitely.
Jordan Blue.
And he's so Jordan sweet, Blue. like in person.
Yeah, he's
you know
a light warrior.
His whole everything is just so nice. But that's all I did. I just wanted to pop on real quick and let you know that he was on live, and his live is going to be posted on his Discord because I know you're going to want to see that. All the songs were great. The interview was cute. He was just nice the entire time.
Yeah.
So that was it.
He's pretty awesome.
Love you all.
Love you.
Most of you. No. I love a few of you. Love you guys. Catch you later.
Love you, Trina. What's up, Mark? How are things going?
Pretty good. Doing a little piddling a little bit in the camper and getting that ready. But this subject today, well, unlike you said the last couple of days, which I haven't heard the class, I'll go listen to the YouTube. But we're learning together. It's a new experience. Mm-hmm. The difference awake versus before.
Right.
And the subject matter has been taboo for society so much.
Oh, absolutely.
And actually distorted the sacred geometry, which Michelle and I and her friend Misty that lives in the house. We live in a motorhome, but we've been having this conversation about the sexuality of as we awaken, things change, our awareness, perspectives, the deeper meaning, the emotional, spiritual connections that don't go away. The society is, and I was guilty of it prior to earlier parts of life. So it's good to have the subject open for conversation amongst adults. And and the sad thing is, as adults in the 30s and 40s with children that are starting to feel things and have that curiosity and questioning because of past programming, they don't get a fair explanation. They have to start doing it, the experiment, and going and not getting the whole truth about it. And that's sad, because it just creates, I can see now from this perspective, from this side, how it affects. And so, there's some grandchildren that are experimenting, my daughters and my sons, grandkids on that side, and then Michelle's grandkids. There's teenagers that are starting to learn, put it that way. And I don't know how much conversation they have with. Of course, that's not something we're going to just blurt out and start. It'll have to be in those private moments. I appreciate it's amazing that we can talk about subjects that were typically off limits, because we're teaching truth.
Exactly. There's nothing that we can't talk about.
Right. There shouldn't be. And the inspiring part is, I know one of her granddaughters, 14, has had a talk with Michelle on this subject, but to keep it sacred, important, and its perspective that we didn't have before. It started awakening. So there's an opportunity for positive influences, and that's all. That's kind of what we're at that point where we realize our journey includes
Exactly, Terry.
sharing the knowledge and sharing the experiences so that others can learn without having to experience the negativity of choices in that
Absolutely.
range. So that's all I wanted to share. Is just
Thank you, Mark. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Mark. What's up, Bobby Rocks?
I was just sitting there listening to Mark's frequency. It's so soothing, man. Like, fucking Mark, when you were here, I mean, you probably noticed I was not like super high energy. I mean, like, or maybe you've seen me because your voice is very soothing. It's hard not to like get in a lazy boy, fucking push it back all the way, lay the feet up, and then just sit and have a conversation with Mark. Can't wait to our next cup of coffee together, by the way. Mark.
you and me both, and Michelle. We're looking forward to traveling, getting this people ready to hit the road and start meeting people. And
just remember, take your time. No, just take your time, man. It'll all come due, and you never know. You never know. A little birdie's been. Well, I mean, I keep telling him I'm not listening to what he's saying right now, but he still keeps talking. Now, little birdie, he brings up these, I don't know, little ideas. I listened to little birdie a lot more today than I did, say, a couple years ago. Even more than when we met. The little birdie says, and I don't know who, where, how, and what it looks like. I only know what it feels like. And what that feeling encompasses, I want to say abundance. It's not that. Someone's going to be blessed so much by God as a key. And I'm not saying anything specific. I'm just saying there may be a big blessing coming, maybe more than just one of us. You know what I'm saying? Certain blessings. One of us is going to hit that abundance blessing. And the reason they're going to hit it, not because they're a good person, not because they're an earth angel, not because they're a Senate master. It's because that by unlocking your inner door and learning and bringing your sexy back too, okay, all of that sacred stuff that we need to learn about and we've been learning about. But that when you unlock that and it's keys, if you think that there's one inner key, one door, and that's all you got to do, you are highly, highly, highly mistaken in my humble divine opinion. There's multiple keys, but it's inner doors that we've been unlocking. And I guess at the end of the day, man, like we do need to talk about anything. There is nothing, okay? And I want to remind people, okay? I can't even tell you how many times I've masturbated. Seriously, it's too fucking many. I used to watch Pornhub every day. I lived that. I know what that is. And I never looked at sex as sacred. I look at sex as, well, I always please my partner. I've always been a customer service agent. But still, at the same time, I never looked at it as really, yeah, it was bond and stuff, but I would put walls up in my relationships and my sexual part of my life in the past. You know, it just kind of went away to the point where my second wife literally accused me of having an affair, and I wasn't. I was out racing my car. Because my son had just tried committing suicide 2 weeks prior to that, and I found his goodbye note. And I was having a hard fucking time. And she wasn't of any fucking help. So, yeah, I went out in the middle of the fucking night and fucking raced my fucking Camaro 130 miles an hour out in them fucking cornfields. But, yeah, that's what it did. And came home one morning because the guy broke down, and I had my weapon, and we're in the middle of fucking sticks. And it was me and my best friend, Jeffy at the time. And he fucked his motor up, man. and he's a shitty mechanic. He tried to do it himself to save money, and he fucked the shit up. But anyway, I was the last one to tell everybody to leave, including then my best friend, because you just don't leave somebody out in the middle of where we were at, unarmed. You know what I'm saying? He was a young man. He's in the military. So anyway, I said, I'll stick around. And he sat in his car, broke down. I parked with my headlights kind of facing him because it was pitch black where we were at. And we were in a little, it was weird. It was like a little half moon, half circle turnoff of concrete, probably for tractors. Okay. So anyway, I sat there and this big 4x4 all blacked out came up and parked probably about 30 feet in front of his car. And they were about 50 or 60 feet from my car. And they were right in my vision. I had no lights. We were sitting in the dark when they pulled up. And they just sat there. Truck still running. I mean, this is like not a monster truck, but a monster truck that drives on the street. All blacked out. And I'm like, some bitch. So fuck, my weapon was sitting right there. I'm just like, all right, well, if we're going to have a happy dance, some of y'all ain't leaving. And that truck ain't leaving either. It's evidence. I'm gonna fucking put a bunch of holes in it so you can't go anywhere. And the good thing is no one ever stepped out of it. They sat there probably for about 5 minutes. At least it seemed like longer than that, but I don't think it was more than about 5 minutes. No one ever cracked a window. No one ever stepped out of the truck. Nothing. All I did was turn my lights on and cracked my window so I could shoot them if I had to. And they went away. And then I went home, and then I watched my wife turn into a complete fucking demon and just fucking try to destroy everything in my life, including my relationship with my kids. That was one of my crossroads. Mm-hmm. But I did the right thing. You never leave. You never leave a brother by himself in dangerous territory. You just don't. That's why you don't leave your wingman. You don't need to fly solo. And people need to understand that in the spiritual warfare. That's why it's good to at least have somebody else that's got your back. Until you can do all 360 degrees and actually defend yourself on the battlefield. That's why there's fucking like 300 of us and we put our shit together and we become the all. It's the movie 300. We literally have been building our shields of fucking God. Some of us, it's Archangel Michael. A lot of us, it's Archangel Michael. But it's a Descendant Master. It's been pieced together. Our shield is not one, it's one piece now, but it wasn't, before. It was tattered. It was, in some cases, probably didn't even have a shield. But I believe we were meant to hit the beat down of all beat downs sometimes, prison time for some, divorces. I know, but I have survived several assassination attempts these last awakening. Since I came back they didn't try killing me in Nashville, but I will say the motherfucker did tell me, better be real careful what you say. And like, fuck you, go away. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I actually thought that was Satan. And then something changed my mind. I said, no, it's fucking Lucifer. So actually, I've been sniffing Lucy out, and Lucy's been getting me messages back. And the message I got is Lucy was literally one of my high-level trainers. But as I had to tell Lucy, man, I just don't sit at the same table as you. I just don't, and that's okay. But thanks for the training, though. Appreciate it. I can explain why. Now I understand why I have no problem going underground and sniffing out fucking demons. Because I can already go there. And I did.
Everything happens for a reason, Bobby Rocks.
No coincidences. I can't wait to tell some of these stories later on. Fucking phenomenal. The shit that's happening right now. So anyway, I wanted to tell you, I got the message. Like Amy Lynn got the power message, right? Shit, the confirmation. So I never knew what Freya considered me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking for titles, but like, I'm the Boogie Master. I graduated. I'm the fucking Boogie Master. I'm cool with that. I also got that fucking verification too that got written on my arm yesterday. But my name to Freya is the Hawk Hunter. H&H. 88. Year I graduated. We have H&H Chevrolet because Yeshua built my fucking Chevy. I knew it. I just know it. Yeah, it's not even a big deal. So I got my title, I guess, when I'm operating on Freya frequencies. It's the Hawk Hunter, but it's the Hawkeye. I'm an Iowa State Cyclone, Iowa State, and Iowa University or University of Iowa was the Hawkeyes. That's how it ties in. And by the way, it's the Iowa State Cyclones. A cyclone is a tornado in the southern hemisphere, like a toilet bowl that goes in the opposite direction. So that's my feminine energy symbolically is a red cyclone. And Freya, pretty much that's what's operating my divine feminine for the most part now. So it's fucking cool. And then, anyway, all these synchronicities and all this downloads and everything. So anyway, anyway, I need to shut up, man. I got stories and stories. Shit, last night I was on the spiritual battlefield in a fucking live. They summoned me and I fucking showed up and I fucking even took pictures. I got the whole fucking story. Eventually I just quit taking pictures, but it was like the TikTok DJ high energy vibe fucking battlefield, man. And the funny thing is I even fucking told Lucy, meet me on the fucking dance floor. And sure as shit, they fucking meet me on the dance floor. And they're trying to duplicate what I'm doing, but it's literally fucking so funny. It's like watching a kindergarten do an AP calculus test. I'm like, okay. But, you know, if you watch and you have the eyes to see, you see things. Maybe other people don't. That don't see it as a big deal. But little motherfucker, I can't remember his name. I took a picture. But anyway, he was underground. He was with other people. And he pulled up it was a horror movie that had this little wooden fucking like little wooden doll thing. It was like a spooky mask dude or what. I don't know what the fuck. It was an old movie, but it was this spooky thing. I can't remember the movie. But anyway, he put the Spooky Boy up there and started making Spooky Boy dance at me, and I refused to this. I'm like, really? Really? This is the best you fucking got? You can put a fucking little wooden doll and make it shake and you think you got something? Like, seriously, go back to fucking kindergarten, bro. Like, this is it? And then I started looking at the battlefield and in the boxes, 8 boxes, one big one with the DJ. And it was just fucking incredible. I just blew him with so much fucking love energy and lightning. And then I fucking sent my dragon, 2 of my dragons. I sent I sent Shelby my fucking lunar dragon at him. And they thought that was fucking funny. Actually, she just laughed and she just wanted to play. She wasn't there to hurt nobody or nothing, do nothing, just fucking play. And they thought that was funny. And then I sent Drac, my solar dragon. They stopped. They got off camera and then they left. Yeah. I didn't need to send any of my other 2. I was ready to send, So I didn't have to do that. But then I need to do my part, get back up, shoot that fucking frequency and color. I got green laser. I fucking rodeoed those motherfucking things. They're not very powerful. They're trying, man, once they lose the fear, like literally you watch these little things fucking shrink from a Jabba the Hutt to a little fucking like mouse with big eyes. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, you ain't shit. They aren't shit, but, you know, whatever. You saw some of my videos, didn't you, sister? You know what I'm getting into.
Oh, I saw your rainbow video. Holy cow.
Oh. Yeah, no shit,
wow,
man.
And a few others.
My eyes were the most sensitive I can even remember for well over at least a year. My eyes being so fucking sensitive. Like, I look directly into the sun, but I look below the sun. That's where I see my maps. But I'm just saying, like, I do that every fucking day. Like, I'll look at it right now. I mean, it's not a big deal. When that happened, my eyes, it was like opening your eyes underneath water in a public pool. They're like, fuck, man, these are burning.
That was wild that you got that on camera because that was like a nod. That was like hello. That was a big old hello.
Yeah.
We're here, we're watching, we're guiding, we're protecting, just like we know they are.
I got the download because I asked.
Uh-huh.
And guess what I got? You guys are going to love this because this is the way it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I made that video. A few people commented at Stargazer, Pa was, I think, another one. Like, yeah, we saw that in the sky, you know, last month, or we saw that in the sky 2 weeks ago or something, you know, more recent.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I saw it. And that's the first time I've ever seen that. And I'm a sky watcher a lot. And so I asked. And the answer I got, I was, oh man. So think of it this way. If you're going to build a bridge, right? Do you build it with like one stone?
Right.
One piece of wood? I mean, how are you going to support it? You know what I'm saying? All this, right? You got to have a cornerstone on this and a cornerstone there. And you got to have, you know, your pillar, your columns or whatever. It's going to support it over the river. Because the Rainbow Bridge, man, the river is fucking deep. It ain't shallow. It's deep. Like abyss deep. And so what I was told, explained, shown, communicated, was that, and it doesn't matter if you have not or seen it or not. If you're part of this, okay, now again, this is even beyond the Hopi prophecy and all that. If you're part of what you know you're a part of, and you feel that connection, you're living part of this, right? We're living this movie together. There's a reason why we're all together. But some of us are seeing bits of the Rainbow Bridge being built. It's not just what I saw. I just happened to see on my day, my bit, my part, the part of the Rainbow Bridge that I would say working on, I guess, is in my life, my role or whatever. You know what I'm saying? My piece. Because I'm just a piece. I'm just a piece. Whatever piece I'm supposed to be in, great. God will put me there. You know what I'm saying? And I'll mold to whatever fucking piece needs to be done. That's one of my gifts. I am a shapeshifter, but I can shapeshift into the kind of piece that creates or helps create and push solutions forward. That's the shapeshifter I am. But yeah, that's what I've shown each one of us. So each one of us carries in our frequency, in our essence, a piece of the Rainbow Bridge. You really are part of the Hopi prophecy. Like, no shit. And it's just, it is what it is. It's okay. It's cool.
Rainbow Connection's playing, by the way.
Just saying. Doesn't a bridge connect? I had the whole vision, guy. Yeah. Tell people to get to the fucking bridge. Don't dive into the fucking water when shit goes icky or crazy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When the movie gets crazy, just get to the fucking bridge, man. Seriously, the Rainbow Bridge has been built. Just get to the fucking bridge. You don't even have to fucking try to, seriously, because the current in some places is pretty fucking dense, man. Like, they want to sweep you away, but they want you to dive in head first. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, there's 1,000-foot Jesus on the other side. He'll save you. Just jump in the water. You're like, first of all, Jesus ain't coming out of the clouds. Second of all, Jesus is not 1,000 foot tall. Okay? So I don't know what projection fucking technology you're using, but you're a fucking retard. But I know some of these people are going to jump in the water. And if that's what they want to do, let them jump in the water. It's okay. It's not your river to jump in. It's God's. You know, it's theirs. Wow. See, I start talking and time becomes absent. There is no time. You guys know you all have permission to just tell me to like shut up, and I don't take it personally.
We don't want you to shut up.
Well, no, I'm just saying is I feel not guilty, but here's the thing, and this is just important. Everybody's opinion, ideas, story is just as worthy as anyone else's.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't necessarily
love to hear you tell your stories and your.
I have so many stories, Opal.
By the perspective of Bobby Rocks, it's great because things that you're saying we're resonating with. That's what it's all about.
Oh yeah.
So much now. It's beautiful. What if I told you, Opal, I was sitting in a spiritual chair last night
Mm-hmm.
in a great hall, and I looked left, and you were sitting next to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. There was so many people there.
Mm-hmm.
So many spirits.
That was most
really
likely in Telos.
The underground connected with me. Green Tara came through, and I did ceremonies last night and honored her and connected with her.
Wonderful.
And thanked her. Yeah. Blue Lotus. She surrounded the 7-stone fire pit in the back, which I don't want to talk about, but it's a ceremonial pit. But yeah, we surrounded the backyard with 6 sticks of Blue Lotus incense last night to, I guess, cleanse and connect to that part of Green Tara. Tatara, tatara, tatara. Green Tara.
Tare tutare ture soha.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I think Three Eye Atlas has already shown us the blue patina and red patina. I mean, why is the Rainbow Bridge not being fucking built? Duh, isn't it the next part of the kind of sequence? We already know. I mean, we're part of a bridge that is much greater than us individually. And I think more of us are getting happier and happier in our life, knowing, beyond not believing, but just knowing that we are part of that. That is grace, man. To know that you're part of prophecy. I mean, really know it. I mean, how do you fucking not cry sometimes? It's pure grace. I mean, the fact that you are still here is grace, but I mean, but to know, just to know. It ain't about ego. It ain't about who you are. It ain't about what your title is. It ain't about whether you make jewelry or you sell flip-flops in a fucking shoe store or you pack clothes and ship them out all over the country. You know, whatever. It doesn't matter. It really is your soul essence that matters. And when you say, you know, you will judge yourself. I was shown that. I always believed it. I really did. But we are going to be our own judge. And when you sit down and you watch your divine movie, I'm sorry, but sometimes the harshest critic you've ever had is not God. It's not your best friend. It's not your mama. It's not your daddy. It's you. Once you can get past that, you good. It's a lot smoother ride. It's like you upgrade to an inflatable. You don't have to just float down the river. Now you're kicking back, drinking a fucking foo-foo fucking red drink of fucking strawberries, pineapples, and some coconut juice. And you're like, life is good. And you open your eyes, and all your friends are floating down with you. And you're like, what's up? Who's firing up the next joint? That's what I'm saying. Fuck. Refill my glass. Sit in the sun, float down the river. Beautiful.
Did some of that this summer with we bought a raft. We bought a 3-person raft, but it's big enough to put a cooler in and plenty of room to just sit back, relax, and watch the birds and sit.
Watch the trees, watch the reflection on the water. Just enjoy it. Yeah, that's the right now, isn't it, Mark? You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what's going on tomorrow, man. We're just sitting on the river. We're just going to enjoy it in the right now.
Well, it's about 40 degrees out. 50. It's getting cold here.
Yeah. It was a good summer. It was. I love fall. Fall is really I love fall. I'm not sure why I enjoy, watching things die, but I understand things must die in order to be reborn again. You know what I'm saying? Like all of us. We shed our leaves. And I think all of us are shedding a lot of leaves. I think we've been shedding some leaves. But I think a lot of us, if we got leaves on our tree, our branches still, we're starting to shed more of those now. Those old leaves, that old life, that old title, that old way of living, that old this or this old that, or that old chasing this, or that old trying to please somebody else and not consider myself. I mean, those days they're fucking gone. They're the leaves on the tree. They're turning different colors, beautiful colors. But understand, they got to fall, right? And where are they going to go? Back to Mother Earth. And if those leaves were meant to stay on a tree, they would. Maybe they do in Florida. But here, fall is here. Leaves are falling all around us. Blue jay is in my front yard getting some winter food. I got squirrels that come within 8 feet of me, and I have conversation. One's over there getting a nut. He goes, "What's up, Bobby?" I mean, it's beautiful, just in the now. I'm just sitting here in class at 10:11, 3 snaps.
11:11. Are you ready?
Yep.
Does anyone else want to come up and tone with us?
Yeah.
Anyone else want to come up and tone with us before Bobby Rocks begins?
We're in no hurry. We're in no hurry. I do like. I don't know if I don't really look at comments, but I really do. Really like the syncing, and I think it's instrumental. Syncing our breaths. This is what I see us doing in the circle. You know what I'm saying? Together is going into our higher dimensional realm through breath. And I think the back end bonus of breath here, like just a great example, is that it weaves it weaves like a coil around us. You know, because we all come with intent. We all come with unconditional love. Whether we're friends or not, or talking or not, but we still come to the table with just unconditional love. We don't judge. We're not here to judge, but we're here to sync, right? We get synchronicities, right, all the time, and downloads. Anyone who's going to go back and watch these classes are just going to they're literally going to get a big ass bowl of fucking popcorn. You know what I'm saying? And sit down and watch one of these classes one of these days, and just going to blow fucking people away. This class right here that we're having right now, they're going to be like, what the fuck? But if they see it, they're meant to see it, and it will help them. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, let me open the book here.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.
Do this. All right. All right, just so I can verify that I am bringing back the sexy. Here I am. Does that say Michigan Wolverines with the big Mary M on it? Oh, that's sexy. Oh man, look how sexy. Bobby, you're so sexy. Okay. All right, we're gonna go 3 breaths in. Okay. Special shout out to our ancestors today, and to those who walked the trail of 1,000 tears, as many of us were there, and watched brothers and sisters fall. So a little shout out to them today of unconditional love and appreciation. All right, here we go. 3 breaths in. In through the nose, slowly out the mouth. Here we go. Slow. Fuck, that was the best one yet. Here we go. In through the nose. Out. In. Out. Huna. You're vibrating my phone. It's about to fall. Ya. Ya,
ya.
ya,
Ya.
Mia, 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 Kia, 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 Kua. Sorry, soft A. Kua. Kua. Moo. Moo. New. New. Chi. Key. Open the door. You have the keys to the next 10 doors. You'll find the one you like. Let's take it back to Mother. And in fact, shout out to Grinta today. She's, oh my gosh. Sophia Code. That's all I can say. All right, here we go. Ham, hom, ha. Yum with a Y. Yeah. Rum with the R. 3 R's. Vom with the V for what? Victory! And for Green Tara today, because we are the lamb. So it is.
Woo! Yay. I always feel good after toning. I feel like empowered after toning.
You know what I feel like every time?
What?
I don't feel like going to work now. I feel like fucking creating and having a good time. I got to work today, man. I've been taking let's just say that when I say work, it means that job that pays me some of those green things that help me pay IL things that thank God fucking Christina takes care of. I just asked her. She gave me $130 yesterday. Do you realize I feel like a millionaire right now? Like I got $130 in my wallet right now. I'm like, fuck. I mean, shit. Next time it's 250, I'm gonna feel like a billionaire. Shit, if it ever hits 1,000, I might feel like I'm a trillionaire. And then what happens if I end up getting millions of dollars and then becomes billions of dollars and then trillions? I mean, shit. I told Spirit a long time ago. You give me fucking 10% of what fucking Warren Buffett has, I could change the whole fucking world. Actually,
Wild world.
Under budget. So why hasn't happened yet? I know. Fucking retarded some days, but whatever.
Ooh, baby, it's a wild world. Love you all. Hope you all have an amazing day. I may be on later live to create. Not sure yet. Maybe not. Don't know. Like a child girl.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
You too, Mark. Have an amazing day.
Wednesday, isn't it? Is it hump
I
day?
know. I thought it was fucking
What day is
Tuesday.
it?
I thought I had to take Christina to school. She's like, no, man, it's fucking Wednesday. I'm like,
It's Wednesday,
fuck,
yes.
man, this whole fucking time day thing is getting
I love
really
you,
fucked up.
Christina. I couldn't do it without all of you. I couldn't do what I do without all of you and your
Well, you
support.
wouldn't be listening to this
Home
sexy motherfucker
run.
for Christina. I will say that. You brought me back from death. Damn close to fucking death. Who's to say I was knocking on the fucking door and having a good time? And she said, yeah, we need to get that fucking lighter out of the fucking fire before it explodes. All right, Christine, you volunteered. Here you go. You got to deal with it. And she's like, okay, please love me. And that's exactly what I needed, a big love ball. Because
If you're gonna leave, take good care. Friends out there. Anywhere. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Just upon a smile. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Like a child girl. World. Oh, my daughter's calling, guys. I gotta get going. Love you all. Mwah.